Hello everyone again. This is Aluminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining. As always, I'm going to be reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. From now until a month later, I could say this is the month of March, but it just is what it is. So things are getting quite busy for me, but I'm going to try to keep up with these readings. There's a lot of changes happening in my life. Happy changes, thankfully. And I just also got back from holiday in Spain, so that was a great time. Even though it wasn't the typical Spanish weather, it was actually monsoon season for the south of the country in Andalusia. But nevertheless, it was a great time. Had an amazing time with friends, and additionally, was able to take a motorbike trip all the way to Gibraltar and get accosted by the Macquaries, if that's the right way to pronounce them. We're going to go ahead and start with a few Oracle deck cards, and then we'll move on to the two tarot decks here, including new player who has entered the chat. We have the Art Nouveau mini tarot deck. So let's go ahead. Without further ado, we're going to look into Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. So what's the message? What messages do you have for us? What messages do you have for us? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant. What messages have you got for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant? Okay. Firstly, Oracle message. Okay, step out of your comfort zone. Very Ontarian thing to do. Personal issue reaches resolution. Something's telling me to take one more. Emotions are running high. So, whereas we saw the Piscean entering a new chapter, yours is coming to the height of a current chapter, which means that you're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone. Essentially, you're stepping into the energy that you need to be, which could indicate that, whatever it is that you have been doing in the past recently, you are now accumulating that into a period in which you need to become, like, for example, a leader or a boss figure, or you need to step up and take control of certain situations in your life that have, begun to pass away, and now you're moving into a better energy, because we have a full moon and we have a supermoon, and then we have the North Node indicating, the point in which you are becoming something, you're stepping into it fully. So this is all about the accumulation of energy that leads to its epoch, or its apex rather. A personal issue reaches resolution. So if you've currently been undergoing any difficulties in your personal life or your home life, those are finally now coming to rest, and you are, tackling whatever it is that you've had to deal with. So home life and family life can be like you've been dealing with a spouse or children that have been a bit problematic or have some issue that they need to resolve. And now you're stepping into your energy to be able to resolve that. Anything dealing with finances or even emotional issues, you are finally getting, clarity and insights on those that can resolve those issues. Emotions are running high, meaning with the supermoon tends to augment, emotional intuition, and additionally, any kind of conflicts that you may be experiencing right now. It could come to a cumulative head, but I do see this as more you stepping into a personal energy that is important for you to help to resolve issues taking place in your life. You're finally seeing the fruits of your labor pay off, and additionally, the emotions are running high. That could also be a good thing, considering that, you may be leading to a new period of abundance. You may also, be coming into a period where there could be clashes with people, potentially because you are stepping into a leadership energy and they do want to challenge that. But it really depends on your specific story. So that we'll just leave it at that. Next, we're going to just go ahead and move into the tarot itself, and then we'll clarify with any additional things that we need to with the Art Nouveau deck. So let's get started. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, for now until the month after. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, from now until a month later. Colloquially known as March. Taurus, what's taking place from now until a month later. What is taking place for Taurus from now until a month later. Let's get started. Current energy for Taurus. Okay, what is the challenge? Judgment. What's happened in the recent past? Okay, there you go. What's happening in the near future? Oof. Okay, clarify that. All right, that's actually pretty good. It's taking place core. Okay. It's taking place at the crown. And finally, what is the ultimate outcome for this period? Okay. So at the bottom we have Chariot. I'm going to get this a little bit more clarity on the Hermit. Clarify the Hermit. Okay, so what we were talking about with the recent past, or with 3 Oracle card decks. The Oracle deck cards, excuse me if I can actually get my words out. We were talking a little bit about emotions beginning to run high, resolving personal issues, and additionally dealing with stepping into your power. You're going to need to do this for this period of time because what it seems like here is that you're going through a period where you're getting rid of the illusions and dispelling a lot of the personal issues that you have been facing. Where are these issues taking place? So it's a betrayal. We have 2 cards of betrayal here. We have the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. There's another 9 of Swords. Let's see if there's anything else. Where is this taking place? Okay. All right. So, person from the past. And it's the person that has betrayed you, that left you in kind of a difficult situation mentally, that you had to get over and overcome through time. A person that you've also blocked. So, yay. This is a love reading, probably, more than likely, because this is someone that you have specifically blocked. I don't really see this as being a work situation, although it could apply to that. But when I asked this is about a betrayal specifically. So unless you were betrayed at work and you then had to deal with some, one that decided that they were going to, stab you in the back and whatnot, then think about where this applies in your life. It could be work, could be love, could be family even. But we're going to take this as a love relationship due to the Three of Swords having the heart. Nine of Swords in the reverse, Eight of Wands in the reverse. This is clearly someone that you got over and now you have blocked completely. Moving forward, what we see here, the challenge is to make a judgment call on this individual that you have been dealing with. And perhaps the whole situation is about divine intervention. Now, people can say judgments are all about second chances. They can be resurrecting your old life and giving it a sense of renewal. I personally, and this could just be ego speaking, maybe it is, maybe it ain't, but I never give second chances to people from the past. The reason why is because it takes two to actually learn how to do that. And if the other person is unwilling to change, you need to keep them buried. And like most zombies, let the dead stay dead. In the recent past, the Eight of Swords in the World. When something ended, or when you were trying to close out a cycle and level up, this brought you a lot of mental disquiet. And you were essentially going through a period in which you were unable to decide based on a lot of confusion that had taken place. So say, for example, you were ghosted by somebody. This left you in a state of suspended animation. And what this did is you had to fight through a lot of difficulty in order to close out that cycle. Well, it seems like this Belland is coming back. And you're going to have to deal with them accordingly. Hopefully for the betterment of yourself. I see in the near future what's taking place is you have the Ten of Swords. So you're basically ending this period, relieving yourself of the burden. With the Five Pentacles in the reverse, what it shows is that you yourself are no longer going to feel any sense of lack in all of this, because people often attribute the Five of Pentacles to financial situations, and certainly they can be. But in this, what I see, because you have two tens, this is a completion cycle. You have the World, which is completion, Judgment, which is basically determining whether or not you should end something. What I see here is that you're leaving something as dead, done, and over with. Relieving the burden, dropping it. You're letting the cycle fully close out, and then you're no longer going to be in the Five of Pentacles energy. You're turning that and you're switching it around. So you're pulling yourself out of the earth that you've buried yourself in with this person. Now, with the Ace of Swords at the heart of the spread, what we have here is a desire to speak to someone. Clarify the Ace of Swords. Okay, so you have the Ace of Swords clarified by the Four of Swords. I'm going to even pull another part of the deck. All right, something's come out. What's that? Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Death. So that is a pretty badass looking death card here. I like this. It's pretty nice. It's like you see everyone cowering as the white horse marches in. So this is quite interesting. We have the Ace of Swords, so it's a desire for clarity and to communicate with someone based on a period of a break, which is the Four of Swords, in which you have the Three of Swords hanging above the person lying down in the traditional Rider-Waite, which is trying to get clarity on that heartbreak. We have the Three of Swords indicated here about the situation. And now we go from Three of Swords, Four of Swords at add an additional one. That's the Five of Swords. So there's a lot of mental anguish that you have been experiencing due to the fact that someone, has taken a break from the, relationship that you've had with them, no matter how brief or long it's taken. And a lot of this had to do with, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, someone wanting a relationship, but realizing that it needed to end. And so it's kind of like the death of a desire to be with someone. You know how people sometimes go through the 5 stages of grief, where it's kind of like shock, and then after that, anger, bargaining, intense sadness, and then acceptance, in no particular order. They will experience all of those in whatever order that they choose to do so. And most notably, when something has to die, when something has to pass, when it's especially an unexpected kind of ending, it can tell people where they have to release and let go in order for them to experience a new phase in their life, a new joy. In order for death to simply do its job. And I've actually been reading some very interesting literature about Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. This is a book that I'm focusing on right now because it's quite valuable to my own life. Loosely translated, Marcus Aurelius talks about people learning how not to fear death. And this is a philosophy that I want to apply to my life because my life is surrounded by death processes all the time. It's Phoenix energy. And he said that you have to see something like death as a natural process within the universe, which, because it is natural, it is a part of the universe, and without it, the universe cannot continue to thrive in the way it is. So it's about shedding out the old and making way for the new. This relationship here that you have you've experienced taught you how to bring out your full self, and you had to shed that skin in order for you to do so. And that's basically what it was. People talk about twin flames quite a bit. And yes, twin flames can, trigger each other into their own soul's growth and development. But then, of course, the universe has to test you one more time to see if you've actually gained the message. That said, we look at the top. 7 of Swords in the reverse, actually. And we can clarify what that is all about. Clarify it. 7 of Swords. Okay. So I have the 6 of Swords once again. 6 of Cups once again. So it's almost like a story. Someone feels guilty about something that they did, and that's all coming out. So they didn't offer you anything stable because they were focused on someone from the past, 6 of Cups in the reverse, and they were thinking about it in a negative manner, and they would not let anyone in, and they deceived both people that they were dealing with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So at the bottom, at the core of all of this, we have the Ace of Swords in the upright. In the top position, the crown position, we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. This is quite interesting. You may heavily be dealing with someone with water, air in their chart, water, air, or earth, because that's all I see here. 10 of Swords, Ace of Swords, 2 of Swords. We have the 4 of Swords, Ace, 8 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords. This is a person with a lot of mental chaos. Dare I say, even mental illness. But that is a topic for another day. I'm not going to bring that into this particular reading right now, but you'll know it if that's part of your story, and we'll just carry on. Overall, what this person is saying is that they don't offer anything of stable, lasting value. They're stuck on the past in a negative way. They tend to be very short-sighted and narrow-minded. And additionally, they will not communicate properly. And this seems to be done on purpose for the simple reason that it gives them more control. With that Ace of Swords in the reverse, that is about failing to communicate, deception, or not bringing in clarity when it's needed. So going into the end of this, we have the Hermit and the Nine of Wands. This is your energy because we have 2 nines here. And so Taurus, this also alludes to essentially going within to get the answers. So Hermit card, you have taken a long pause from someone, 4 of Swords right here. And that pause has allowed you to keep your defenses high and be able to ascertain what you should and should not let into your life. So how is this all going to end? I'm curious now. How is this all going to end? Three of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords and 5 of Cups. What I see in all of this, you're going to have to let someone off gently. I think there's going to be an attempt to kind of either reconcile or to bring about a practical opportunity between you and someone else. And if that someone else is another person, like an open relationship, you are going to communicate strongly your opinions in a way that is just and fair. That shows that you've mastered the situation. And with that, 5 of Cups comes after that. Someone is left feeling broken and disappointed. You are going to need to step up and really show this individual where they have erred in their ways, and additionally, how they have fucked up with their own lives as well. In my particular life, I can only speak personally about myself. I'm adopting this stoic attitude because in the past, I did kind of feel a bit emotional about things. I held on to things for too long. I felt that I could fix people, I could help people out that weren't actually making the effort to do so themselves. And what that does is that drains you of your own essence. It prevents you from seeing your own worth. And more importantly, you invite in a host of psychic vampires which will feed on your energy, because that is how they are designed. Whether that is through trauma that they have not worked through, or that is through their own psychopathic nature. When you attract psychic vampires, that is the universe's way of saying, I am balancing out the overgiving that you particularly show to the rest of the world by sending people who overtake. And that is the only way that you'll be able to learn the lesson. And once you learn that lesson, then the psychic vampire attacks will either A, be identified, or B, stopped in their tracks altogether, leading you to allow new and healthier relationships to come in. So, Taurus, this is your reading. I know this is not the best reading, but it is good for you, considering that, with this Hermit and the 9 of Wands in the upright, you have learned the lesson, and now when this person comes in, they're going to get one as well. And it's not going to be the one that they expect. If you like what you see here, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding that notification bell so that you don't miss any updates from future postings. Going to leave it at that. Good luck. Show them what you're made of. And until next time, love and light. Bye now.